I'm not gonna lie, I do want to be done with this Jussie Smollett thing. I really want to move on. But there's too much meat on this bone to resist. Now he is maintaining that he is innocent. This guy might actually be a full-blown sociopath, okay? This kind of reminds me of Ted Bundy, how he maintained his innocence all throughout the trial. And it was theatrics and I'm gonna represent myself. Just not really there cognitively. It's like, you gotta know when to quit, when to let go. And for him to like quadruple down on his story, like, I swear I'm innocent. That's what he told the cast of Empire, I guess, after he was out on bail or whatever. It's just like, man, just quit. Just let it go. Just relax. But I fully expect them to work some kind of angle since he lawyered up. They'll probably say like, yeah, he's just on drugs. He's just sad and depressed. And they're trying to blame the Chicago PD now too and bring up their history of corruption. They're doing whatever they can to hold on to this. It's like ashes going through their fingers. It's done. There's nothing left. But they're still trying. And what did I tell you guys? I told you the media was going to do a hard pivot. They're talking about other stories. Now they're trying to work this angle of hate crime. Like, yeah, even though it's fake, even though this came out to be fake, it could have been real. It's happening somewhere. See, this is how they can keep it going. If they can convince black people and Hispanics and gay people and everyone they see as part of the victim class, if they can convince them that there is racism and bigotry just floating in the ether, like it exists everywhere. Can't you just feel it? Breathe it. It's in the air. It's everywhere. It's omnipresent. It's everywhere. It's like Wi-Fi. They're treating it like it's Wi-Fi. Like Wi-Fi is everywhere. Even though you can't see it, you're always around it. And it's like, that's them believing that they still have some kind of control over, I guess you could call them enslaved people. But like I said, I believe this is red pilling a lot of people. Even I've learned something out of this situation. I learned, man, this country is really, like, I already didn't think America was that racist anymore. But it's really showing me that it's not even close to as racist as I thought it was. Right? Like, they have to manufacture and drum up these stories to drive home the point. And they're like desperate salesmen with it. They're anything. They're desperate. Like, let's just find one instance, anything we can, so that we can convince the American people that we're moving backwards. We're going back to the 1930s. The Ku Klux Klan is on the rise. They're determined to do that. And the more that they try to drive a wedge between people in this country, the more unified we are. And the more I see that we're not as divided as they want us to be, or that we even think that we are. So that feels good to me, just knowing that we are not as divided as they say we are. And the division that does exist between us is ideological. It's not racist. It's pretty much conservative versus liberal. It's ideological. And, you know, I guess I'm fine with that kind of division because that's something we can work on as a country. But if it was just based on your orientation or your gender or your race, that feels depressing, to be honest. So I mean, they're trying hard to divide us. You can see clearly that there's an agenda. I knew that they would pivot and try to work a different angle of this story instead of just giving up. Like, at this point, it'd probably be more noble if you try to find another fake hate crime than to continue picking at this situation. Like, it's done, it's over, it's dead. But the Democrats are really, really desperate in the sense of, well, we got to hold on to the black vote somehow. So what can we do next? Now they're talking about reparations. Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris, and I believe Gillibrand, I don't know. They're all talking about, well, we want to pass reparations for black people. We think we could get reparations. I got to be honest. There's no way that any black person could actually be believing that they can get reparations. First of all, if you didn't get reparations already under the first black president, what makes you think they're going to push for it now? What makes you think it's going to happen now? But it's pretty obvious they're just pandering. They're openly pandering now. It's pretty clear that they don't care that we know that they're pandering to us. It's like, hey, I got reparations. You want some of that? Okay, no. How about racism? No, dang it. What if we said that it's the Republicans that are stopping you from what you're trying to accomplish in life? And black people just aren't buying it. They're not buying it. You know they're not buying it because the Democrats keep selling it and they keep reaching a new low for desperation. So I just think it's funny. I really want to be done with this. This is like, we're already beating a dead horse, but we gotta take it for all it's worth right now. We gotta use this as an example to drive home the point that this country is not as racist as they want it to be, and they are actively trying to divide the country, actively wanting people of color to see themselves as victims. And the fact that they're trying to sell it as like, if you are a victim of a crime, there's some moral in that. Like, you are virtuous. We will prop you up. This will change the trajectory of your life if you can just be a victim. Like, being a victim it makes you strong. There's power in it. Man, I guess we'll see what happens next, because we all know that the outrage meter has been high from the beginning of the year and is starting to waver a little bit with this Jussie Smollett case. So I guess we'll find out what they drum up next to try to divide us. It's almost like a reality TV show. We're waiting for the next episode of Democrat Desperation. So I guess, guys, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on the social media accounts. I'm at, I think, 800 Instagram followers. Let's get me to 1,000 within the next month. Follow me on Instagram. If you want to donate, I'll put links in the description. Let's make America great again, and I'll catch you in the next video.